Does money seem to come to you and immediately leave once you have it? Refusing to even look at your bank account balance because it terrifies you? Talking about money brings back painful memories, so you would rather bury your head in the sand like an ostrich? Does it really matter if you are earning 5 figures a month if by the end of that every month, without fail, you have nothing left in your bank account? Where is the disconnect? This video will solve that mystery for you and explore a better framework to master money instead of being enslaved by it. A framework oftentimes missed in formal education. What is money and what does money represent? When you make a purchase from Shopee, when you are paid for your time working at a job, what is the significance of money in these transactions? Money is commonly defined as a medium of exchange, an instrument that facilitates the sale, purchase, or the trade of goods or services between different parties. Wrong. This is a very shallow representation of what money means because it ignores this one important element, an expression of value. You hand over a certain amount of money to buy a product or a service because you perceive its value to be equivalent to the amount of money that you part with. Of course, the price is often not set by you alone, but the market as a whole. But zoom in on this one point, money equals value. Often we give money a moral value. You have heard that money is the root of all evil. Yes, we look at someone who seems to have a large amount of wealth and think, well, they got lucky. Who did they take advantage of to get to that wealthy position? Just like in a zero-sum game, who had to lose in order for a wealthy person to gain? But if you shift your thinking to this question, what value was created in the process to generate that money? Understanding that money is simply value is the best way to understand that money is neither good nor evil. Money simply gives you more options in life and it broadens your horizons. In fact, the choices you make in life with money that is in your possession has everything to do with your own moral values. Jolo prefers to blow that money in Vegas on women and alcohol, while Bill Gates takes the philanthropic path. However, how does this change the reality of a B40 person or even someone in deep poverty, living paycheck to paycheck, or someone who owes loan sharks? The simple mention of money equals value changes nothing. On the contrary, money means stress, anxiety, depression, and sleepless nights. So, what is your relationship with money? Is it that money will say hi and it's just a matter of time before it says bye? This is a relationship that is represented by your income and expenses. Another practical way of expressing this is your production versus your consumption. In most cases, money enters your life because you have produced some form of value. And for most of us, this value will come in the form of labor, a job, and exchange of your time. Money will leave when you have consumed something, a Netflix subscription, a new motor vehicle, or even a real estate property. Now, in fact, a net worth of a person is simply a metric for that. This shows his or her relationship between consumption and production. Take a moment to ponder over the money that has entered your life and left. How much of that do you still own now or invested into some sort of assets? And which part of this relationship do you feel is imbalanced or needs to be improved? The likelihood is both, but for most people, the biggest issue lies in the consumption side, or the expenses. Now, you could be earning 6 or 7 figures a year, but if you still somehow find some ways to spend it all, I would argue that your relationship with consumption is so fucked up and must be fixed before you even consider your relationship with production or even proceed to go to invest into anything. As any wealthy celebrity or athlete who has filed for bankruptcy can show us, production means nothing when you have a problem with consumption. You spiral downwards into a bottomless abyss, forever stuck in an endless cycle of self-defeating pursuit known as the rat race. Sometimes the rat race is synonymous with working a 9 to 5 or even a 9 to 9 job. But actually, this generalization is again fucked up because it aims to demonize a job and it excludes the fact that there are those who either love or are perfectly fine with their white or blue collar jobs. A real rat race is the one that is living on a financial edge. Being one paycheck away from being broke or declared bankrupt means that your bank account only becomes an airport transit point. Money enters your life and then it immediately disappears. And the more responsibilities you have, the more dangerous this becomes. The loss of a job, being retrenched and unexpected medical bills, or any unexpected circumstances for that matter, can throw your entire financial position into turmoil, affecting your mental health too at the same time. When you are living on this financial edge, your job no longer becomes an option. It becomes a necessity to keep up with your lifestyle or to pay off debt. The things you own end up owning you. Here's your plan to break out of this vicious cycle. It all starts with the fear of having no money. So what we do, we go to work. So you work really hard, and at the end of the month, what happens? You get paid, so this pay should eliminate the fear of having no money. Right, that if you were to think logically. But what happens is our emotion, desire kicks in. And now we imagine what can we buy with the money. All the cool things we can get. We spend that money and we are back at fear. And that cycle is called the rat race. So you try to stop it and you work harder. What happens? You increase your pay, problem solved. But with increased pay comes increased desire, more spending, more debt, which then highlights again the fear of having no money. So here's the escape plan. First, remove pay from the cycle. It's no longer connected to work. Work smarter. Create assets. Now don't give in to your emotion. Don't act on your desire. Your assets increase your pay, and then your pay goes into more assets, growing your pay by working less and eliminating your fear. In the process, our greatest enemy is psychological tendency to favor short-term rewards as opposed to greater rewards in the future. This is you choosing to purchase a luxury watch or a bag you cannot truly afford due to that social pressure, or you want to impress people you don't even know or don't even like. The phrase "keeping up with the Jones" summarizes this great problem of consumption, defined as trying to emulate or not being outdone by one's neighbors due to self-worth issues. They buy a new Lexus, you buy one too. They have nice clothes, you follow. They renovate their home, you do it too. Only in today's world, the Joneses are not literal neighbors. They are strangers on Instagram. Do you care more about appearing rich or actually being rich? If it's the latter, you will live a life of chasing next shiny objects such that your greater life goals and time freedom are placed in the back seat. You are doomed if this race comes with no finish line, which ironically is self-imposed. The truth is, we care too much about what other people think of us, but realize at the end of the day, nobody does because everybody is too busy thinking about themselves. With all of that being said, let's talk about the production side of the equation, making money. Now, there is no shortage of lessons, tips, hacks, guides for learning how to work on your consumption side, reducing your expenses and all that. But understand that it's easier to reduce your expenses in the amount that you can consume than it is to actually increase your income. It is easier to be giving advice that will work for most people when speaking to a mass audience with different income levels. Just like harping on living on that frugal lifestyle again and again. The FIRE movement, Financial Independence Retire Early, is an excellent example of this. The practice of living extremely frugally, saving and investing as early as possible with the intention of retiring as soon as possible. But let's be honest, Bill Gates does not live an incredibly frugal lifestyle. Nor does Jeff Bezos rely on these strategies to stay billionaire, even his yacht and private jets purchase. These people are utilizing a means of production at mass scale. Producing is about providing relative value to the market in some shape or form. I'm utilizing my financial knowledge, analytical skill, communication skill, writing skill, and presentation skill to create videos that I hope to be somewhat entertaining and educational to you. And I also get clients this way. Your form of production may be developing an application, a software, an app that is solving a problem you believe the market will pay money for its solution, for the problem it solves. Or perhaps a fitness brand that is branded extremely well and uses its community better than most other fitness brands. For most people, labor in the form of a standard 9-to-5 job exchanging time for money will be their methods of production. However, if you can produce value at a large scale, then it means earning money at a large scale. The World Wide Web has thankfully provided everyone with countless opportunities to be able to produce something and put it out to the world, to the market, without traditional gatekeepers like TVs and newspapers. Whether the market actually wants what you have to offer can only be known after you have released whatever it is that you produce. The good thing about this is you are allowed to make mistakes, to try again, to improve over time without asking for anybody's permission, 24/7 and the comfort of your home. This is a framework that has helped me greatly, and I'm sure it will help you make more money and accumulate wealth. If you are looking to make more money on the side without quitting whatever you are currently doing, we already have another step-by-step instructional video on that in this channel, believe it or not. Here you go to the next episode.